All right, all right, all right.
All right, what is going on, guys? Thank you all for tuning. Thank you all for tuning into another video of my channel. It's been a minute since I made a reaction video. Where you see me on camera. It's with life and with my new baby. It gets busy, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're subscribed for whatever reason, thank y'all for subscribing. If you're not subscribed and you just ran into this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. I'm trying to grow the channel to where I can make some journalistic content. Eventually, I enjoy politics. I used to be a former legislative staffer at the Texas Capitol, in the Texas legislature, as well as at the congressional level at the United States Congress. But I wanted to speak to you all, give you all a Texas legislative update. Committee assignments have come out, and once again, the Democrats lose. The Republicans run the Texas legislature, and really they run the United States Congress. The Republicans in Texas, they have control of the executive branch, of the legislative branch, with both chambers, the House and the Senate, being controlled by Republicans, and really the judicial branch, because the Supreme Court of Texas is mainly run by Republicans as well. So, the Republicans are exercising their power. They're showing it. They're not afraid to show it. And this time we're going to talk about the House of Representatives at the Texas legislature and their new committee assignments. The rule that was passed in the beginning of the legislative session of this year was that all committees would be ran by and led by Republicans. No Democrat could be a chairman or a chairwoman of a committee. That was a rule that was passed. All vice chairs are Democrats. And subcommittees, so there's a committee, think about the big main one. And then there's a subcommittee, which is a smaller version of that committee that deals with more specific subjects. The subcommittees, there are 12 subcommittees. 6 of them are led by Democrats. And so, number one, my main takeaway is that Republicans flex their muscle on the Democrats. They know they have the numbers. They know they have the votes. They know that they hold all 3 branches of government. And they are showing it, demonstrating it, and they're not afraid to flex it. Another takeaway is that, there was a lot of symbolic gestures here by, like I said, all the vice chairs assignments that were given were all to Democrats, mainly because Speaker Burrows, of who you see here in the screen, was elected Speaker in a large part thanks to Democratic representative support and votes. Some of the assignments to Democrats and subcommittee chairs were given to those who had experience in certain subjects. So just to kind of refresh y'all's memories and remind y'all, because I've spoken about this in previous videos, of what a committee does and the importance of being the head of a committee. So the first step for a bill to even start the process of becoming a law is, if I'm a representative, for example, I have to file a bill, basically propose a law that I want to pass. The Speaker of the House assigns that bill to a committee, and it will be a committee that deals with the subject of your bill. So if my bill has to do with traffic lights or with roads, it's going to be assigned to the Transportation Committee. But this year, the Transportation Committee, it doesn't exist. It is now the Transportation Subcommittee. But since it's a subcommittee, a Democrat, Representative Terry Canales, who used to be the chairman of the Transportation Committee when it did exist, was assigned the chairman of this new Transportation Subcommittee. And so, I think the only and big takeaway that you can take from this is that The Democratic Party is weak. Really, I'm not gonna say at all levels of government, because at the local level, it is hard to determine because every city has their own politics. But definitely at the state level here in Texas, the Democratic Party is super weak. I don't know how they recover from this. I think the only legislation from Democrats that will get passed, it is that has to do with nonpartisan issues. And whatever legislation that the Republicans want to pass, I think that they more than likely will get passed. So, the Governor Abbott just announced that I think it's HB 3, House Bill 3, which is the school choice bill. They've now garnered enough support to pass the bill in the House and therefore make its way to the governor's desk, really, and he will sign it into law. So school choice is going to become a reality. People argue good and bad against it. The main argument against school choice is that it takes away funding from public schools and damage, kids that go to public schools, especially those that are, of low income resources and stuff like that. Those that are for it say that this actually helps low income students by allowing their parents and giving their parents a voucher to where they can move their child to a school of their choice. If the school that they are going now in the public system is not up to their standards. What is my takeaway of this? My takeaway is this is what happens when you're in power and when you're not in power. I mean, Democrats can complain all they want, but what matters is the votes. Do you have the votes to stop it? Do you have the votes to pass it? And you must understand, you must have self-awareness as to where you stand in your respective field, whether it be in life, in your career, your job, or whatnot. But in this case, we're talking about the legislature, House of Representatives. Democrats need to understand that you can say what you want, but that doesn't matter, because what matters here are the votes, and the Republicans have the vote. If you want to change the laws, if you want things to go your way, then you should campaign on things that will garner the support of the majority of Texans. Therefore, they will vote you to be the majority party in the Texas legislature. So, all right, guys, that is enough for me. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all taking the time to look at this video. I'll be making more updates of new bills that have been added or filed that have to do with Texas laws and education and stuff like that. You all have a good night.